Hey guys, it is Lego Maestro here, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Mondays. Now guys, as I'm sure you know, yesterday was the event, and a lot happened as usual. Thankfully, no drama broke out, but still, there was some amazing stuff. So, without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Of course, we're going to start off with the team changes as usual, and there were some interesting ones this week. Starting off with James Charles, he of course is in every single week, and this week, he was teamed with Connor Eats Pants. And well, Connor's previous teammate, J-Slat, was teamed up this week with none other than Technoblade. And well, James Charles' previous teammate, Beijing Canadian, was teamed with none other than Captain Sparkles. Now, for those that don't know, Captain Sparkles here is almost always teamed with Ant Venom. But for some reason this week, Ant Venom didn't actually show up, even though they were on the roster to be teamed. Now, maybe for some odd reason, Ant Venom decided to back out so that Captain Sparkles could team with Beijing Canadian since he didn't have a teammate, but that's just a theory. Well, along with that, this Minecraft Monday, Jack Sucks at Life was teamed up with... Dang, that's a long name. Now, Mr. Long Name here, well, he had actually taken a 2-week break from the Minecraft Monday series, so he did return this week, and Jack's previous teammate, Donnie Bobes, actually did not end up joining the tournament for yesterday's Minecraft Monday. Now, speaking of people returning to Minecraft Monday, this week Vicstar did return to the tournament and teamed up with a new player, Zerka HD. Now, one person you were probably looking forward to hearing about in one way or another is Call Me Carson. Personally, I didn't think he would join back, but he did this week and teamed up with a new player, Nivision. And of course, Carson's previous teammate last week, for those that don't know, was of course Technoblade, and he did team with J-Slat as I covered earlier. Now, the ironic thing about this is that normally J-Slat's teammate is, well, Carson. So I must say that was definitely a huge leap for Technoblade. I mean, he had the worst experience with Carson, and then only a week later teaming with Carson's normal teammate, J-Slat. Oh boy, that had to take some faith. Well, speaking of team changes to Minecraft Monday, yesterday iHas Cupquake teamed up with a new player, Jaden Animations, of course, a very famous animator. Now, Cupquake's previous teammate, Joey Grossefa, actually didn't end up joining this week for the tournament. I imagine it's the same with PewDiePie and Ninja and Mr. Beast. It's not their job, they've got to get back to what they make money doing every day. Now, along with this, Aphmau was teamed with Nepin the Z, who actually returned to Minecraft Monday after a 2-week break, just like Dang, That's a Long Name. And of course, her previous teammate, Red Vactor, didn't end up joining this week as well. And speaking of 2-week breaks, for some reason, that's the magic number this week, but Junkie, Janker, and Quackity returned after being gone for, you guessed it, 2 weeks. And lastly, there were 2 new teams that joined Minecraft Monday this week, and they are John Bams and Papalete, and Sub-Zero Extrabyte and Danger Dennis. And with that, the tournament had begun. Now, of course, this started off with Hunger Games. Now, much to everyone's surprise, the winners of that game were actually XQC and Moxie. But surprisingly, after this game, the leaderboard showed Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo in first, with XQC and Moxie trailing in second. Now, the one game that's really hard to pinpoint who's winning and losing in is the Dropper, because, I mean, there's no clear winner for first place every single time. It's really the first 5 people that get the same amount of points, first top 10, etc., etc. But the one person I like to keep tabs on is, of course, the one who owns all of these games, Technoblade. And of course, he did amazing in this, coming in top 10 9 out of the 10 rounds of the Dropper. Regardless, after the Dropper games ended, the first and second place were exactly the same as the games before, with Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo taking first place. And just to show you guys where they are at, Technoblade and J-Slat were in 7th place. Now, the next minigame on yesterday's agenda was Find the Button. And in this game, things got pretty interesting when Captain Sparkles and Beijing Canadian actually won the game. And they actually won with 36 buttons being found, with Technoblade and J-Slat finding 30. And after this, the leaderboard showed Captain Sparkles in the lead with Beijing Canadian, with Logdotzip and Preston in 2nd place. Now, Game 4 has got to be one of the best things to ever happen to the Minecraft Monday tournament, because they replaced the game Battle Arena, the game that drags on forever, UHC, and they replaced it this week with Kit PvP. Now in this game, everybody had iron armor with speed and potions and ender pearls and whatnot, and it was the first to 25 kills. Now Techno and JShlat actually had 20, but believe it or not, XQC and Moxie took home first place once again with 25 kills. First place. Now, ironically, I heard you could actually kill your teammate in this game, and not just that, you could actually get points from it. So I'm sure this definitely affected the statistics of the game, and they're definitely going to fix that by next week. Now, game 5 in this tournament was TNT Run, and for those that don't know, Technoblade, he does absolutely dominate at this game. And just to give you guys a little bit of a recap, in last week's Minecraft Monday, Technoblade here came in first place in all 3 rounds in a row. Even with Carson as his teammate, he still managed to dominate and win all 3 games. And this week, ladies and gentlemen, people couldn't believe it when 3 rounds later, Technoblade, well, he won all 3 once again. 2 Minecraft Mondays, 6 rounds in a row. I've got to show you guys their reaction. Roll it.
It's almost unfair. It's almost unfair.
I don't lose TNT Run. I just don't.
And after this, as I'm sure you can imagine, Technoblade was first on the overall solo leaderboards, but first place on the official leaderboards was Captain Sparkles and Bajan, with XQC and Moxie in second once again. And so after this, they went on to the next minigame, which was of course Run from the Lava. And in this, the map never changes, so the better you get, the better you perform. And this definitely applies to TBNRFrags, aka Preston, because, well, he demolished the competition once again, and he actually left Technoblade kind of in the dust. I mean, Technoblade was tied up with some other players like Vicstar and C-Scoop, and before, that had never happened. So after this game was finished, the official leaderboard showed TBNRFrags and Logdotzip in first place. And behind them was Captain Sparkles and Bajan Canadian, but tagging along in third place was, for once on the official leaderboards, Technoblade and JShlat. Now boy, let me tell you guys, Game 7 was an absolute hilarious mess when Technoblade, well, he found some things out and got a few ideas. Technoblade decided to see what he could do and found out that he could actually break through the walls in other people's builds. So he went around, started messing with other people. It was pretty hilarious to see, but just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, he did this. Roll it.
It's basic Minecraft.
Oh, bad idea.
The staff on the Minecraft Monday server can always leave it to Technoblade to find what kind of bugs and stuff they should fix. Sadly, the admin did kill the Wither before it could do some damage, but honestly, it would have been funny to see. I mean, only Technoblade's team could have come up with this stuff. It is fantastic. And well, after this had all gone down, the winners of the build battle round was once again Moxie and XQC. Now, the leaderboard positions changed after this game, with TBNRFrags and Logdotzip in first place, but for once in the entire game, Technoblade and JShlat were in second. And well, after this, Game 8 was Spleef. Now, in this game, Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo are absolutely known to dominate. I don't know how, they found some kind of key to winning, because they do it just about every single time. And go figure, Skeppy was the victor of round 1, with Jack Sucks at Life winning round 2, and Moxie actually winning a 1v2 against both Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo, winning round 3. It seemed like Minecraft Monday was pretty much wrapped up for the week. TBNRFrags and Log.Zip were once again in first place. They held the record for so long, it seemed like nobody was going to break it. XQC, ladies and gentlemen, and Moxie were in second place, with Technoblade and JShlat coming in third. Now, the final last game of Minecraft Monday was Hunger Games. And although Skeppy may dominate at Spleef, Technoblade dominates at Hunger Games. Now, although Captain Sparkles and Bajan Canadian did end up winning the game, Technoblade throughout the entire round managed to rack up a ton of kills, including ones with JShlat, which put them at a high enough point that, ladies and gentlemen, coming in from third place, clutching the entire Minecraft Monday series, was none other than Technoblade and JShlat winning week 6 of Minecraft Monday. And just to have the icing on the cake, Technoblade also managed to be first on the solo leaderboards as well. I mean, this was a clutch nobody saw coming. They weren't in first once during any of the games, and all of a sudden at the last game, they come out on top. It was an incredible last game. Now, second place went to Logdotzip and TBNRFrags, with third place going to Captain Sparkles and Beijing Canadian. And then, of course, the question on everyone's minds is what's going to happen to Technoblade. For those that don't know, Technoblade here has a fancy Pig Plus rank, and he's had this for quite some time, but it seems like every time he wins, he gets an extra plus added to his name. Now, given this has only happened once, but people have started to think that every time he wins Minecraft Monday, he's going to get another plus after his name. And after this weekend ended, that was proved to be true when Simon, the creator of Hypixel, tweeted out this, with no context, showing a picture of Technoblade with the Pig Plus rank. I'm curious if Hypixel will ever actually put a cap on the pluses. I mean, imagine Technoblade wins 30 Minecraft Monday rounds in the future, next 2 years or whatnot. That could be a really long name in tab. Regardless though, Technoblade, huge congratulations on both winning the tournament and getting an extra plus added to your name. We hope to see you win many more rounds in the future. And honestly, I don't know if it's just me, but it's kind of like your home team winning the Super Bowl. It's like Hypixel has its representation, and they're a master at PvP. With that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the news this week. Of course, if you enjoyed and you want to stay updated on everything happening in the Minecraft Monday tournament, then make sure to subscribe to Hypixel Alert. Of course, I'll be your host, Lego Maestro, keeping you guys informed on what's going on. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, putting a like on it would be much appreciated because it shows that you like what I do here. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. And Hypixel Alert, now over 41.2 thousand subscribers. And I will see you next time.